less nervous than we did our practice run. Yeah. So that's good. I do actually feel like
I'm glad we did that.
Me too, because I feel a lot better just sitting here with the lights on me. I feel like there should be like people back there. The lights on. Yeah. So we're gonna introduce, like Chloe said, we're gonna introduce each other instead of introducing ourselves, because I think we can all agree that we hated that. No one likes to talk about themselves. And then we're just gonna talk about like why we're called Compound Interest and what that means and what this podcast is gonna be about. Yeah. So, yay. Okay. So we're gonna do. Me and you are going to introduce Kendall first. I don't know why I'm so excited to talk about you.
I'm like, what are y'all going to say?
I don't know. Well, it's so funny because what you said is basically what I wrote down. But so that's okay. That means I feel like, well, we're also describing you from an outward perspective. So you have to tell us if you feel like, well, it's accurate. Yes, it's accurate. So this is Kendall. Kendall Cook.
Yay.
What did I write down? So I wrote down just like general things, like when I was thinking about you, because I for some reason I was like literally laying in bed and I was thinking about you, and I was like, I could write this down. But when I think about you, I always think of your family, I guess, just because like since you started dating Micah, who's the youngest, I feel like you kind of came in. I mean, you came in like basically right after me, but also like last. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. So I think about like where you came from, because I remember the day that I met you, and we were all like
Micah's birthday party.
Yes, and
I was incredibly nervous.
You stood like this.
Yeah, I was like, "There's so many people here.
Yeah,
I hope they all like me."
Which is so funny because I feel like you're so like chill. So it's just funny that. But I remember that day. Were you there?
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was his birthday party, and Steel City Pops. They came out.
Yes, you were, because we played Jackbox that night, and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't want to play this. Like, I don't want to do this." And he was like, "No, you have to play." He's like, "It'll be so funny," because I was like nervous, you know.
You just like couldn't like relax.
Yeah.
I forgot he won that Steel City Pop thing.
Yeah, no, that was fun. This is the second time Steel City Pops has come up in our.
I was like, I didn't realize that he like
history.
won it. I thought that. Like Matt and Keely just got that for him.
No, he like somehow won.
It was like an Instagram like.
I was like, man, they go all out for birthdays.
Which is funny because we put up signs.
I feel like no, y'all like make birthdays so special, and that's made me like want to make like birthdays so special for like my family, because y'all always decorate. So when my mom turned 50, like I decorated everything.
That is so cute. I definitely did not do that.
We did really like birthday experiences, so like we would go out like 5 times that week, just because like all of our family lives in Azle, so we were doing something literally all the time. But it wasn't like we didn't like decorate and like make the house all fancy like y'all do, which I think is so fun. So now I'm like, I have to do that.
It's funny because there's a time of year where everyone in your family has a birthday.
Literally January and February.
Okay. So it just
and
happens.
Now, y'all had kids in January and February. I was like, great, more birthdays.
Yeah, because literally I feel like for like years, it's like there's 2 months where we just don't see you, and we're like, where are they? And they're like, oh, it's Melissa's birthday. It's somebody's. It's her grandma's birthday. Like it's always someone's birthday. So it's just funny that.
Well, like most of my dad's side of the family's birthday is in January, so it's like every day.
Like, it's like not one big party just wouldn't suffice. We have to do it.
Yeah, and do all of them.
Yeah.
Everyone has to have their own special party.
Yeah. So anyway, I think of your family. I haven't even like said a word about your family. Because your mom, that was one thing. I'll talk about your mom in a minute, because I did write it down. How old did you say she was?
22.
I
just remember because I know how old Micah is, and I know you're a year older, right? Just one.
You're a year older?
Well, a few months.
A few months older. Dang.
Basically. Graduated a year before him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You graduated before him. Yes. And you're married to Micah. Maybe we should say that. She's married to Micah, who is Chloe's younger brother. Yes. And
wait, we didn't say that we're all sister-in-laws.
Okay, we can say that now.
We're all sister-in-laws.
I figured that would come about.
Okay.
But no, I know, because I feel like we're like y'all, and it's like, who are you talking about? Yeah. We'll get to me later. So, and I wrote down your work because you're a dental assistant. Maybe we could just say like you, because I totally relate. You're not sure if it's your forever job.
Yeah.
Which I feel like
it's
is
not.
Totally normal. I hope that your first job wouldn't be a forever job. Well, I don't hope that. I
mean, some people
understand
like
it.
get in their career and they absolutely love it, which I thought would be me, but it's not, and I think that's okay. And that took me a minute to be like, it's okay. You don't have everything figured out like at this moment. You don't you're not in your forever thing.
Totally. I just became like hyper aware that I'm holding this on my while you guys. Oh my gosh, it's fine. No one was like, you won't ever talk that quiet, and I feel like I'm talking really quietly. It's okay. What else, Chloe?
Well, on my notes I have competitive. So I think it's funny you didn't want to play Jackbox the first night because I'm
it's because sometimes
you're so competitive.
I feel like Jackbox is like very like creative. Like you have to be funny. And I'm not good at that. Like,
You are funny.
But I'm not funny, like, on the spot. Like, I can't, like, I feel like Noah and Micah, they're just, like, funny. Like, automatically. And I'm
witty.
just, like...
You are too, Chloe.
No, like, I can't do that.
They're on another level.
I wrote down that you were witty.
You are funny.
Yeah, I did. I wrote it down.
I feel like all y'all are just so funny. And I'm like...
It's because we watch SpongeBob.
No. I watched SpongeBob, too, and it did not work out for me.
I also watched SpongeBob, but I wouldn't say that I'm witty. Yeah. No, that's good.
I also said that you're a girly girl. You made me feel not girly at all, actually.
And
I feel like you're a girly girl.
Girly.
I was like, I need to be doing more.
That's
I'm slacking.
Yeah. No, it's
How?
I have to interject just so quickly because I wrote down literally number 1, Kendall is a savage. In parentheses, very competitive. That's what I put because you are the most competitive.
It's
person.
bad because I get like actually mad and I'm like,
I know that.
I know
that you get mad. No, you
know
go.
That? Have you heard that?
Remember that one time we played Mario Kart and you had to leave? We were playing Mario Kart. No, not Mario Kart. We were playing Mario Party. And she got so mad during one of the mini games. And after it was done, because I was laughing at her.
I don't remember that because I would know because I was laughing too.
No, she was so upset.
I think
she was like, I don't know what y'all expect me to do. And then she got up after the game was over. It was like, Michael, let's go. And she left.
I don't remember that's how it being.
It was literally like not that long ago.
Don't remember that.
No, it was just
like I remember being like, this is not working for me because that game is like always the game that like doesn't work.
It just
I don't remember like getting upset and leaving.
Have y'all heard that sound where this girl's like yelling and she's like, I need to calm down. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She's like,
that's
I need to calm
during
down.
Games.
No, that's so good. And then I also have to interject because I said Kendall is girly and so fun. So we both had like the 2 out of the 3 because we're doing fun facts, I guess. I wrote that. Kendall is girly and so fun. And I agree with Chloe. I'm always like, I'm not doing enough. Like, I really need to step
I don't know
it
what y'all
up.
mean by that. Like, what am I doing?
Well, your mom is so fancy too.
She is.
She's like tan, like her hair is like so like good. And she always is like, I like have this memory like during your
Y'all
wedding.
are just very put together all the
So
time.
put together. Very
I'm glad y'all see me like that because I
glamorous.
don't feel like that. I feel like a mess.
No, literally. Well, and that's like, I don't know.
Well, your messes are put together.
No, literally. Like, I'm like, this is my best right now. Look at my socks. They don't match. So, well, I mean, my socks, they match each other. They just don't match that. It doesn't matter. No one was going to see the
matching
bottom half.
socks. I remember Keely giving me a hard time because my socks absolutely never matched. And she just always thought it was so funny. And like the one time we were matching socks, she's like, oh, Kendall, your socks match. And I was like, yeah, I have matching socks. I just don't care enough in the morning to pick them out like that.
Can you imagine
don't,
your
like,
mother-in-law
fold them
pointing
together?
out
I
that
do
your
now.
socks
I didn't used to.
But don't you remember like when we were girls and like the socks they sold
Little mismatched?
mixed
Yeah,
match
I bought those.
socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved them.
That was the fun thing.
That was when I was in the 7th grade, and that was like, I was like, thank goodness.
I was literally in
This
elementary
is-
school when that was a thing.
Yeah. No,
Just want to point that out.
that's crazy. That's like when Noah talks about things, and I'm like, oh, you're so old. Okay, what was your other fact about Kendall? Did you have 3 or did you have
I
more?
actually have a lot about Kendall.
Oh, I love that. Share, please.
But I put that she says naked weird.
Naked.
Super
That's
weird.
how everyone in my family says it. Because after Papa gave me such a hard time about it, I went to my family, was like, how do y'all say this word? And I made all of them say it. No, I showed them.
Okay.
And Emery was the only one that said it correctly.
What's correctly?
Naked.
Naked.
So you admit that it is correct.
I admit that I know now that naked is the correct way to say it.
pronunciation.
But
Can
when
we
I'm
Google
reading
that?
it doesn't come out that way.
I feel like
listen
Google's.
to it?
Yeah, hold on. Pronunciation. I spelled pronunciation wrong.
Embarrassing.
Spell it.
I don't know. Actually.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's not either, obviously. Okay, here we go. Wait, where'd it go?
Naked.
Naked.
See, but when you're reading it,
Naked.
Naked.
it doesn't come out like that.
Okay. What else do you have?
I put the Kindle's not afraid to try new things unless it's veggies, of course.
Yes.
Hey,
Don't
you've been
eat
doing-
vegetables.
You've been doing
I
pretty
eat
good, though.
asparagus now.
I love asparagus.
Asparagus is good. But like you moved away to Idaho and you had only lived at your parents' house.
Yeah,
Your whole
that
life,
was scary.
Dude, that is crazy.
That was crazy.
And how long were you there?
3 months, I think.
It was a summer, right?
Yeah.
So it was like 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone cried so hard when you left. And
I
it
know.
was like, it's just 12 weeks.
But I've never been away from them that long.
No, I know. I
So
was
it's
crying
crazy.
too. It was like, are you glad you did it?
Yeah, I
Would
think
you
it was
do
good for
again?
us.
Short term.
Short term.
Well, it allowed
yeah,
y'all to
not
like be
forever.
y'all for a minute.
Yeah, I think that was good for us. I think we needed that. Just because I never lived with anybody else but my parents. And then we were still living on this property, so that was like, okay, like we need to like get away and like figure out like ourselves. Yeah.
No, I think it's good. And Micah grew out his hair.
Yeah, he
Which
did.
apparently he was finding himself or something. I don't know. That's how
And
I
he wants to
imagine.
grow it out again. He doesn't like his short hair anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it both ways.
No, I
think
do
it looks
too.
nice. Yeah. I get it though. He's like the camo. He's very like outdoorsman-y lately. I guess actually that's not lately. That's probably just all the time.
I feel like he's like, used to be like chacos and short shorts, and now it's like cargo pants and the baggiest t-shirt from Goodwill. I'm like, okay.
Do you like it?
I love him. Would I pick those clothes out? No, but that's okay. Doesn't matter what I want.
Kendall goes, I love him. What else did you put?
These kind of all go together, but you shared a room with your little sister like your whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love that because me and Micah shared a room for forever, and we were like the best of friends. And I also put that you're not afraid to sass my little brother. And
That's
he
so
needs
true.
that.
Gotta put him in his place.
I appreciate it.
Well, when you're the oldest between
Yeah.
you and your sister, and Micah is the youngest.
I feel like we have that dynamic where I'm kind of bossy to him.
Yeah.
Good.
I think he
was.
likes it. He likes it. He likes it like your mom says he likes to hear his name. Micah.
He does.
Micah. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Did you have more? Okay, that's so good. I love that you put that you shared a room with Emery because I like feel like that just shapes you.
It
You
really
like,
does.
Like Emery, I didn't write this down, but I do think about it. You're like the revolving closet because Brooke is always borrowing your clothes. Her best friend Brooke, and Emery's always borrowing your clothes.
Yeah.
Like they drive here.
I'm literally missing so many clothes
to
right
pick
now.
up your
when
clothing.
I'm not here, they're just like, "Can I borrow this?" I'm like, "Yeah, the door's open."
Well, you have really cute clothes,
I guess.
so it makes sense. So.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah, because you're girly and so fun. Like, I wrote
Yeah,
down.
you're just proving our point.
Yeah, honestly. I put the other thing that I put. I'm just writing this. I'm sorry, this like thing that I wrote down. I don't want to read it out loud because it sounds so cheesy, but I like meant it with my whole heart when I wrote it down.
You have to read it now.
I said, "Kendall is a delicate flower." I'm not done.
You're not done?
I said, "Kendall, hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh no. It's going to smear." I said, "Kendall is a delicate flower on the outside, but incredibly..."
But a savage on the inside.
Hold on, there's like so much more to this. Okay, I said, "Kendall is a delicate flower on the outside, but incredibly strong and resilient on the inside." And then I was thinking, I put her journey with her mother, and I really did mean it. I think because I like relate to it now, I'm crying like out of sadness because your mom. We can cut this if you want to.
No, you're good.
But your mom has breast cancer, and is like going through all of that, and you were going through it in high school, and my mom had breast cancer when I was in high school, so it makes me think about that, and it just now that she's still kind of battling that, and it's just I just feel like you are so strong because your mom, I feel like my mom is like my rock, you know? And so when I see like your mom going through that, like every time I see her, she's just such this beautiful woman, and you would have absolutely no idea that technically she is sick, but her soul is not.
Yeah.
Her soul is thriving. Like she's so deeply rooted, I just feel like, in her faith, and it just makes her so beautiful and strong, and that's how I feel about you. So
that's so sweet.
So see, that's why I wrote it down.
I love that because my mom is like the best and the strongest person I know.
Like when I think about you, I also like kind of think about your mom, like in the same vein. So anyway,
that's so sweet.
Thank
I love
you.
That.
I went from like laughing so hard to like crying. Oh, that was so funny. So anyway, that's what I think about when I think about Kendall. Yay!
Y'all are so nice. Y'all are so sweet.
This is Chloe. Chloe Madison Cook. Oh, Kendall, we didn't say your middle name. Hold on.
I don't know your middle name.
Hold on. It starts with a B?
No.
You
should know this. It's your mom's middle name.
Oh, it's Elaine. Yes, I do not know why. I cannot remember
Elaine's
that.
like a family name.
I do not know why I cannot remember that. I always want to say it's Brooke, which is hilarious
because that's Brooklyn.
Really?
No,
I don't know why.
I don't know why I always want to say it's like Brooke or Brooklyn or Baby, or not Baby, but something
Baby. I hope
not. The B's, like, so, I don't know. I always think it's that. Okay, but Kendall.
Elaine Cook,
and she was a Han. Yeah, and then, wow, I called you Chloe Cook, didn't I?
I don't remember.
I think you did.
I think I did. Chloe.
I wouldn't even.
I said Chloe Madison Cook, but that's not even your name anymore. It's Chloe Madison Sales, which I feel like is the prettiest last name. I love it. It's so elegant.
Yeah, it's a good last name.
Old money. I'm just kidding. We'll smooth that out. Cut that.
We're making new money.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. When I think about, do you want to go first? Actually, I feel like I need a moment.
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay, you go.
Okay. When I think of Chloe, I think of being put together and like everything is clean and perfect. Because like y'all's room is literally the cutest room. Your life is just like a cute little life, and I love it.
I'm not gonna lie. They're like 99% of me is like, oh my gosh, wow, Chloe's so clean. And then 1% of me is like, why can't I be that way? Like I'm
literally when I'm like decorating, I'm like, okay, would Chloe do this?
What would Chloe do? When I go in your room, you're like, oh god, it's sorry, it's so messy, and I'm like, yeah,
there's not one single speck of dust anywhere.
Like everything. I'm like, where's your stuff? It's all like, where's your actual items that you own? Everything is just like tucked away. So I agree.
I feel like you get that from Keely and Nana. Just like everything looks good.
Everything has a place. Which I'm like,
me and Laramie are both a little bit type A and OCD, so we like to have a clean. I don't know. If it's messy, I'm like, this is terrible. I can't do it.
Yeah.
No, I feel that way too. I just can't achieve what you're achieving.
You just do it way better than we do.
No, I know, I agree. I think that you're very well, and Chloe in the Bible, like it's just so funny because I think you are your namesake, because I feel like Chloe in the Bible was known for being like very hospitable. And so I just feel like that's such a good word to describe you. You're very hospitable and like welcoming and warm.
And kind.
Yes, so kind, Chloe. Yeah, no, it's so true. Do you want to keep going?
You can go. You can switch off.
Hold on. I wrote down that your parents had been married for 30 years, but I don't think that's true. I think it's like 29.
I think it's 30.
30 now. Okay, because I feel like...
Because I think they just had a big one, right? I think so.
I think they've at least been married for 30 years.
They were...
It might...
Hold on. Noah is 29.
Noah's 30. So...
No, he's 20...
I know, but I always think he's 30.
He's going to be 29.
Literally?
Wait,
when he was turning 27, I was like, oh, he's 30.
Wait, how old is I think he's 28.
24.
No, Noah is... He was born in 95, and it's 2025.
So he's turning 30.
So he's turning 29.
No, he's turning 30 because I'm turning 25.
Wait, no, that math doesn't make sense.
I was like 5 plus 25 is 30.
Yeah, no, he's turning 30 this year.
He's turning 30. My husband, I feel like I should clarify this. My husband, we're talking about, I don't even know how old he is. Okay, all right. So if he's turning 30, then they have already... Wait, when's their anniversary? In October?
December 18th.
Oh, that's right.
right around because Matt and Noah's birthday are in December,
Yes.
so it's like all
okay.
in
So
there.
if he's turning 30, then they will be married this December for 31 years.
I think so.
Okay. Great. All right. Anyway, so I wrote that down.
Glad we got that.
So glad we got that cleared up. They'll love that part. I wrote that down just because I do feel like your parents, I mean, you know, me and Kendall married in, right? So I feel like when you do that, you're kind of like entering this other family dynamic and you just pay attention. You pay attention to it. You pay attention to who you're being, obviously, like, you know, who you're going to be connected to. So I just feel like your parents are definitely like kind of the head and, you know, like they lead you guys when you were young really well. And I feel like they still are leading all of us. And so that, anyway, I think of that. I think of you. I put, well, I haven't even read any of my fun facts yet. I just was talking about your family. And then your husband, you're married. And you have been married. We didn't even say how long you've been married. You've been married for
almost a year.
Almost a year. Ah, that's so cute. April, like, what is it?
19th.
I never remember. I always want to say my brother's birthday, which is the 22nd, which is Earth Day. So that's not your wedding day.
No.
And then Chloe, you've been married.
It'll be 3 years in June.
3 years in June, and you have a little boy, and you just had him. Levi. Yeah, Laramie's your husband's name, but we don't care about that. We're talking about the baby. Levi. And how old is Levi? A month?
Yeah, he was a month last Monday.
Okay.
That's crazy. I feel like he's been here for forever.
I know. And you know what I said last night when I was having dinner with Nana and Papa? I was like, Levi is half the age that Ruth is, but he'll never be half the age she is again.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, because she's 2 months and he's 1 month.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I love that they're so close in age and they're going to be like little best friends forever. It's so cute.
So sweet. I love it. Shiloh's going to like.
I was going to say, Shiloh thinks he's Levi's best friend already.
Yeah, that is
it's
true.
It's really sweet. He likes to play with his toys. So it'll be so interesting when we're like, no, like, you have to like give. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Or like when they start to develop their personalities. But Shiloh, like, you know, is loud and fun. And it's going to be interesting to see how Ruth and Levi are.
Yeah.
I know. I wonder what they're going to be like too. It's so fun to watch. I didn't know how fun it was to like watch a kid grow from a little bean, you know, on. So. Your faith, I feel like we didn't even really talk about that. That's kind of just like a personal thing, but just knowing that we all like, I feel like we all have like really different journeys in our faith, but they're all very like rooted regardless. And when I think of you, I think of like how faithful you are. I do think of that. I feel like I didn't say those
No,
words.
but I think of that when I think of Chloe too.
And then her hobbies. You have so many hobbies, I feel like.
You
like,
really do.
Yes, you have so many. You like did all the baking stuff when you were in high school.
You're very like artsy.
Yeah, you can like any kind of writing or like art. You're so good at that. I guess that's kind of it. That's a way more than I've got going for me. So, but when I think of you, you're just like a crafty, like decorative, like everything. Like you want to make everything beautiful, you know, and like you're really good at that. And you know how to throw a party.
You do know how to throw a party.
You know how to throw a party. Maybe we should like clarify, like with decorations.
She does the cutest decorations, and she like finds the cutest themes and goes all out. It's the best. I always think of like the wedding shower that you like threw for me, and it was just
that was the best party you've ever
it
thrown.
was
it
so
was the best one.
pretty, and that's
so
not
pretty.
like I knew it was gonna be cute, but y'all literally went all out.
Remember when we tried to lock her out of your parents' house?
Y'all did. I like came over the night before.
Shut the
doors.
doors!
You can't come in. I was like, okay.
She tried to come in anyway. You were so.
I don't remember that.
You were so unashamed to be.
I'm so nosy
to enter the premises, and we were like, "Stop! Like, what are you doing?" That was so good, and yeah, I don't even think we succeeded. You just came right in.
No, I didn't see it.
Going.
Oh, okay,
she
didn't. Oh, okay.
I was over at Nana and Papa's.
It's like she has to be surprised.
Oh yeah. And that was before you guys were married, so you didn't even live here.
Oh,
they had like some of our stuff down here, but
some of it. Yeah. Okay. I want to get to my 3 fun facts about Chloe. Number 1, we said some of this. I'm just gonna read exactly what I wrote because I want to be true to what my brain was thinking at the time. Number 1, Chloe is a busy bee, and it is to be admired. In parentheses, there's nothing she can't do.
Literally.
I am a busybody.
I had that too. Mm-hmm. You're always doing something. Mm-hmm. And it's always so like, what's the word? Like it's intentional. Like you have a plan for everything you do. And you're always so busy. You don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
Well, and with Levi now, you're still like going out and you take him places and I'm like, I just don't know how you do
at
it.
The Rangers game, like me 2 months postpartum.
I was very nervous about that, but you did great. So
me 2 months postpartum after Shiloh, I remember what we were doing was we came over here one night and we both fell asleep on the floor. Me and Noah.
I think I remember that.
We were so exhausted, and you and Laramie were like, "Oh gosh, we're so tired." Anyway, gotta go to the Rangers game. Like I'm like, what? Like I don't understand. It's just, but you're busy in your personal life, which I do not desire for myself, but I love that for you.
But I always
you're
think
busy
to
in
myself,
your, like, you keep things very just kept, and I admire it, and it's like something that I do honestly like try and strive for, because I think that's how you get stuff done. You just never stop moving, so.
I always think to myself, I need to be productive like Chloe. I need to get this stuff done. Yeah. I need to be able to do things in the evening, like, because I just want to, like, come home and do nothing.
Yeah.
And you'll always go out and do something. Like, I need to be like that.
Aww. I love that. I look up to you very much, Chloe. I do.
This is the most unproductive I've ever felt in my whole life.
No, but you're still, like, way more productive than me, and I don't really have anything going on. So I'm like, I need to be like Chloe and get stuff done.
Well, and Chloe, this period of time, here's some advice you didn't ask for. This period of time with a new baby, this is the time where you're not supposed to be productive. You're supposed to simply be with your baby. So just be. Yeah. It's okay. I see the struggle within you.
I also put that you were in a sorority.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like that was one of the first things I learned about you, and I was like, oh, she's so fancy.
And I didn't know.
Charleston sororities are not like.
But you were always so, like, y'all were always doing stuff.
And
like, always like the funnest things.
I liked that you were. You really changed my perspective on like what a sorority was. I didn't realize that they could be very like sweet.
Yeah,
I just didn't.
It's not always what you see on TV.
Right. I just didn't know that. And when you said you were going to rush, I was like, that's so weird. Like, why?
I really only did it because my roommate was doing it. I was
I guess. Totally, like,
and then it ended up being really fun.
So good
and I still
you.
talk to my sisters. So.
And y'all have the sweetest friendships. And I always told Emery, I was like, you need to do sorority like Chloe did. She had so much fun. She has the sweetest friendships.
Emery would have liked it.
I know.
She would have.
I was like, because I feel like.
Emery.
She could still do it.
Yeah.
It's not too late.
Yeah. But I always thought, I was like, Chloe did it. You need to talk to Chloe about it. She had so much fun. She didn't do it, but that's okay.
Well, maybe we can mention that too. You graduated from Tarleton, and you graduated with what did you graduate with?
Kinesiology.
So, oh, okay. I was gonna say health sciences, but I knew that was wrong.
It's under health science.
Okay, cool.
So
look at me.
Enough.
Yeah. And then when you graduated, you married your fireman.
We got married and then I graduated.
Okay.
I think I had like a semester. Maybe I had a whole year
because you had
left.
to commute, right?
Yeah, that's right. And
you were like,
I just had a semester left.
And you were working at Amplify.
Yes, talk about that a little bit.
And they loved you.
Yeah, I worked with special needs adults, and I had a story to tell every day.
So
they were the
funny.
best stories.
They were.
That was like one of the funnest jobs I've had. I've really liked every job.
You said that about your
had.
other job, yeah. Your barista job.
Yeah, the only one I didn't really care for was the one that me and Laramie met at. But by the end, I was just like running that whole place basically. I didn't know what they were gonna do without me.
They probably didn't either.
But yeah, that job was so fun. I would do it again.
And then what else about you? You taught for a year, a little over. Okay,
yeah,
a year and a half at a junior high. Dang.
It was
that
fun.
just sounds like the hardest job in the entire world.
For my first year, I was like, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. But then by the end of it, I figured it out. And then my second year was a lot funner.
And they loved you. They were so sad when you left. Like, everyone was crying. The whole entire school was sad that Chloe was leaving.
And also, we have heard this information from Chloe, so she could have totally No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I had 2 girls cry the entire class period. And they knew, like, they had known for months that I was leaving. Like, they were prepared.
They're also probably the most hormonal they'll ever be in their entire lives. Teenage girls. Oh, my gosh.
And you took Levi to go, like, meet everyone, right?
At the track meet, yeah. That was fun.
That's so cute. I didn't know that. Oh, that's cute. When did you do that?
A couple weeks ago.
Aww. Were they
I was
so
gonna say a
happy?
couple months ago. He's not even a couple months old.
Yeah. He's not, yeah. Okay, the second thing I wrote down is number 2. Chloe is a beast. In parentheses, athletic and witty. So I was just trying to say, like, because when I think of you, I think you're strong, like physically, like strong. My mom, for some reason, it always comes up. She's like, those cooks, they're just built so muscular. They're all so strong. This comes up at my house. Like, I don't know why she always says that, but she's like, I mean, Chloe with her legs, like, she's just so strong. Like, it just comes up a lot.
And even Nana says it all the time. She says, Chloe's the strongest one. She can do anything.
Yeah,
honestly, she can beat up anyone.
Yeah, you probably are the strongest
Not
one.
anymore. Basically took like a whole year off. I didn't really do anything. I was pregnant.
But you're still like, you still look muscular.
Yeah, you do.
Like, I feel like some people are just built that way.
I was gonna say just genetics.
And I just like
different.
am so jealous. I'm like, oh, I want to be muscular like that.
I know. And then I put it's funny because I kind of put the opposite of what I put for Kendall. I put Chloe is tough on the outside but gooey on the inside. And because I do feel like that's kind of true. I feel like you're kind of like, have you seen that trend on Instagram where it's like, I need nobody, and then it's like, this is nobody, he does everything for me and he loves me and he cuddles me, and I'm like, that's Chloe with Chloe.
It's true. He's made me very lazy. I feel like growing up, it's true.
He's so good for me. I'm so lazy now.
Well, my dad like would always make us, like, on spring break we would go cut firewood at the farm. So I would like be doing stuff like that all the time. And then I married Laramie, and he's like, "Stop! What are you doing? Don't pick that up!" Like, so I feel
that's
very
good
lazy
though.
now.
Yeah.
No, we're not lazy.
He's gonna be such a good girl dad.
Yeah. If he has one. Remember, okay, hold on. We're gonna put in here whenever we like put it the picture of y'all finding out you're having a boy. The one that's so funny where you're like, you know what I'm talking about? Because you guys both wanted a boy. That's why I wanted you to have a girl, but it's fine.
I really thought y'all were gonna have a girl just because like Chloe wants a boy so bad that she's gonna have a girl.
I know, that's how
and
I
I
felt.
stuck by my answer, and
Me
I
too.
have been wrong about every single kid y'all have had.
Really?
So I'm just gonna start going with my opposite.
And Micah's been right every single
Literally.
time. And
Just need to go with him.
He was the only person I believed. I quite literally, like, whatever Micah said, I was like, that's what we're gonna have. And then he was right. And so I'm just gonna keep with that. Because he's been right every time.
I'm like, that's 3 in a row. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
good
know.
track record.
I also think I put Chloe likes movies that make her cry.
It's true.
And you also really love like The Bachelorette.
I did. I don't want. Whenever they had the 2 bachelorettes on that one season, I kind of stopped.
You're
watching.
out.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of you, though. Like
But
you
how many
also
bachelorette nights
you're
like
like a
where,
big gooey romance girl, but you wouldn't know it. You know, you wouldn't know that. And then I put,
Speaking of, I just watched this really good movie on Netflix,
what was it?
The Life List.
Oh,
Is it sad?
looks sad.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Her mom like
It's
dies.
not a show, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a movie.
what?
Sad.
But at the very beginning, and she like left her all these things she has to do. It's fun.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. Okay.
I
The
would
Life
like
List.
to put out there that every time we watch a movie and we're like, oh, like, what would Chloe and Laramie want to watch? Kelly's always like, unless it makes Chloe cry, she doesn't want to
Or
watch
if
it.
someone dies, she didn't
She's
want to watch it.
made that a part of your personality, which is probably why. But
Like, that was one of the first things that was, like, in my mind about you, because you were off at college when me and Micah started dating, so I was like, okay, she likes really sad movies, she's a part of a sorority,
Logging all these
she really
things.
likes to bake.
I feel like we should definitely both say that we separately, individually, were both absolutely terrified of Chloe when we came into this
I was
family.
terrified because I knew that Micah looked up to you so much, and he, like, had you on a pedestal, and I was like, she has to like me or it's not gonna work out.
Over.
Yeah, me and Micah were like best friends
Yeah,
for a long time.
that's so sweet.
Well, he's still
I
your
love
brother.
that.
I feel like it's just this phase of life too, where everyone is very like
Busy.
independent, and then when y'all have kids one day, it like kind of slows you down a little. Well, if you're me and Noah, it slows you down. Apparently, if you're Chloe and
If
Laramie,
Chloe and Laramie
slowed me
doesn't
down.
stop you.
nothing phases them. Not even a new addition to their family who cries and poops all day. So. Yeah. And then I also put cries.
I don't feel like
Not
he
really a
cries.
crier.
Well, I don't
Unless
know.
it's a movie.
I don't know why I put that. I had that in parentheses next to Chloe's tough on the
Cries.
outside but gooey on the inside. But I think I meant more like you cry at movies, I think is where I was going with that. And that's what I put about you.
Like, when I think of you, I think of like mountains and like a field of like wildflowers. Like that's where her and Laramie like are just meant to be. I was like, that's
because Montana maybe.
Yeah.
Because you went to Montana, and I do actually every time someone says the word Montana, I'm like Chloe. That's where Chloe lives. Because you went. True. What did you do there? Why were you there?
I was on a mission trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
and Laramie both went on mission trips, which is so cool for like the whole summer.
And I was in Montana.
We need to get Laramie whenever the boys come on here when they talk about how when he went to Egypt.
We covered a lot of it.
Yeah, I think so too. I just want to make sure. I don't know if you have more following the mountains.
No, that's what I think of when I think of Chloe. I think of put together.
Yeah.
Mountains. Baking.
Yeah.
Decorating. Flowers.
And then like just strong.
Yeah.
Like you just like work out and you're strong.
I don't know like how everybody in the family acknowledges that Chloe's the strong one.
Yeah, no one wants to give credit to Micah. I feel like he's pretty strong.
I know.
Like, no one wants to give credit to
I tried
Noah.
to get him to do powerlifting in high school, and he wouldn't. I think he would have been really good at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything he didn't want to do.
That's true.
So he probably would have not been good because he didn't want to do it. So.
All right, Megan.
I just touched my nose.
Your turn.
Well, on mine, I put the first word that comes to mind is loud, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, well.
I think of funny. And like,
oh, thank you.
You crack me up.
Why are you laughing?
Because you were like, oh, God. Oh. Nice.
So I'm loud and I'm funny. What else?
I put that you're a nurse.
I forgot about that. No, I don't like any of your notes. Okay. No, I'm totally kidding.
I put that you're holistic. You're very like cautious of what like your kids are eating and what you're putting into your bodies.
Thank you. I want to say something so mean right now.
No, say it. I was thinking it. I was thinking
like, unless it's Oreos.
I love Oreos so much. And you know,
those all natural Oreos that you got, they're so good.
Pretty
and
good.
Micah likes them more than regular Oreos.
Wow.
Well, that's dumb.
So,
he probably doesn't eat.
I eat them every day.
He doesn't have anything to
so I should probably switch to the all natural alternative. I have to say something because Shiloh, like, obviously I try to not, like, I want him to eat well, but I also don't want to, like, restrict him so that he, like, goes crazy when he's older. But we were, long story short, he got an Oreo, and this has happened, like, 2 or 3 times now, and he is, like, he goes crazy. And I'm, like, I'm watching it unfold in front of my eyes, and he's, like, screaming and not necessarily like unhappy, but it's just like he's extremely hyperactive. And I'm like, there's no food dyes or anything in Oreos, I think.
I don't know.
I was like, there probably
is corn syrup though. There's high fructose corn syrup, and he really doesn't get a lot of that, so I do wonder if that's what it is. Probably. So I'm like, what happens when I'm sitting there eating like 7? What? Like, what's happening to me? I literally, have you seen those Instagram videos where they like cross their arms and it's like, my crunchy leaving my body when Oreos are in front? Like that's what it would say, and they're like, they're like this. They're like, that's how I feel whenever they're in front of me. But I won't buy them. I just go to my mom's house next door and I eat hers. Anyway.
I also put that you're a mom to 2 kids now, and you make it look very easy.
Yeah,
I'm like, terrified of having another
sweet
child.
mom.
Oh, that's
you
so
handle
nice.
them like so well,
Thank
and
you.
they adore you.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry. I cannot believe that I have 2 children. It feels like I'm like 17. I don't know who let me have these kids.
I was just talking to somebody about like every time I see someone that's like pregnant from high school or something, I'm like, but then I'm like, wait. We're all adults.
How scandalous. They're probably married, like, with kids. Yeah. No, thank you. That's really sweet. I like hearing you say that because I feel like sometimes when I come up, like, especially, like, on this property, I'm like, you got them? Great. Like, I feel like I'm not even, like, around or mothering
the
them.
same thing.
Yeah. Where's our kids right now?
Please hold them so I can go take a shower or something.
Yeah. No, for sure. But, and I used to, like, I used to feel self-conscious about asking for help. Because I was like, one day, Megan, you're not going to have it. And then I was like, wait, no, I actually will always have help. So
I was like, I'm just going to embrace it. Everyone will be willing to help you take care of this kid.
We all live right here. So I'm like, you know what? Never mind. I'm actually not going to learn how to independently mother my children. I'm going to embrace it.
It takes a village.
Yeah, it does. And we are so blessed to actually have one. What an amazing, like, I applaud the mothers that don't have one, and I really feel for them because it's not me. You know, I do have one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you want to go or you want me to keep going?
There you go.
can we say that Ruth is 2 months?
Yeah.
She's a brand new baby. I just love her. I like having a girl. It's
you
fun.
have a boy and a girl. We didn't say that. We just said
Her
2 kids.
bow today was so cute. It's so big. I love it.
We also forgot she was in here a minute ago.
Yeah. Well, I just saw someone like flailing her arms, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Ruth."
Well, we were all in here setting up the podcast. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then we all were like, "Oh, she's over there." Yeah. When she's sleeping, she's okay. Yeah. She is a very easy, very. I mean, I think I just still don't know if maybe Shiloh.
I feel like Shiloh was a really good baby too.
He was so calm, temperamented, but that kid did not sleep, and so it was just so. It does make me think of Levi totally. Probably because they were getting breast milk.
Sleeps a lot better now.
Good.
Yeah.
That's so good. Because I mean, Ruth, like we put her to bed at 9, and she wakes up at 5. She does not wake up one time, and I'm like,
I didn't want to hear that.
and Nana, oh my gosh, Nana kept being like, just wait, he's gonna sleep through the night, and here he is, 2 years old, and he's still not sleeping through the night. So I don't want to hear it, Nana.
Well, it's because she gave them rice, whatever, cereal or whatever, so they got their bellies full and slept.
She told me one time that she put him in different rooms, so she was like, there, didn't wake up, or I didn't hear him, and I'm like. Oh.
Amy also, because she was like really busy when she had her kids, and she was like, I had to put Lily in the other room, and she had to cry loud enough that I could hear her. She was like, I was too tired for that.
They're gonna cancel us. You know what though, I mean, obviously, like, yes, neglectful mothers exist, but like when you know
Amy's not
a neglectful mother,
sweet.
like you know your limit. You know, as a mom, you really do know your limit, and like you have to just understand like that babies cry.
Yeah, and it's okay to
natural.
let them
It's okay to let them
cry.
cry, and that's such like a big thing. Like nobody wants to let their baby cry. Not that I enjoy letting my baby cry, but sometimes, especially with Ruth, like Shiloh's like, I don't know, pooping in the corner or something. And like he's doing something and he's like, you know, writing on the wall or something. And she's crying. I'm like, you just have to literally be like, Ruth, you got to figure it out for just a minute because I've got to deal with it. Have you seen that meme? And it's like Dwight and he's like drawing and it's like when you're with your baby, but you hear your toddler digging in the bathroom and you're like emptying the bathroom cabinets. It's like, no, one crisis at a time. I'm like, that's literally like what it's like. So.
Which makes me scared.
No.
It's gonna be chaotic.
It really doesn't so much feel like chaos, but I feel like having 2, it was harder to have 1 than it is to have 2. And I say that because when you have 1, there's still like a part like your brain that's like, maybe I can like get something done today. Like truly. But then you have 2 and you're like, oh, there's no possibility of me getting anything done today. So instead I will simply embrace where I'm at, if that makes sense. And so it's like my new thing right now is we have a dishwasher. Did I tell you?
I think I heard that, yeah.
I feel like
probably game changer.
Yeah, it makes me emotional.
When Noah pulled it out the other day, I was like, oh, we need one.
Yeah, he also tried to put it in the Jetta.
Yeah.
I was
Wait,
like,
what?
he was going to put it in the Jetta.
Fit.
And I was like, no, I don't think that's going to work.
How do you get it home?
He took the truck.
Oh,
But yeah, Laramie was like, yeah, I was also like.
Sometimes Noah does stuff and I'm like, you know that's not going to work. And he's like, I just got to try. And I'm like, but why? Like, that's so funny. Well, we have the dishwasher. So my new thing that I've been doing it for just only like 3 days now, but I've already failed once, but it's okay. My new thing that I think that is going to be really good is I run the dishwasher at night and I leave my washer like open all day long and I don't even put anything in the hamper. I might as well just throw it away because everything that's dirty, I just throw it in the washer because I don't separate any of my clothes. That's crazy. I don't at all.
And you know what? Makes me like nervous for you.
That's so, it literally
because I see Micah doing it, I'm like,
nothing.
Not even towels?
Yes, I separate.
No, I just wash my towels with everything else. Nothing bad has happened. What's supposed to happen? I even washed brand new clothes that haven't been washed.
Yeah,
no, they don't.
White towels.
I can tell you right now.
I was like, colors have bled onto my white stuff.
Nope.
And I've like ruined a couple pairs of clothes, so I'm like very adamant.
No, never happened. I don't really have white clothes. Maybe that's why.
I have a lot of white.
And I use that Branch Basics. I don't know if that matters. I'm just telling you right now, nothing bad's ever happened, and I have never separated my laundry. And anyway, back to the plan that my genius plan that everyone hates. I throw everything in the washer. So I run that at night. I run the dishwasher at night, and I turn on our Roomba, and then I wake up and the house is like clean.
I love
basically.
that.
And then I just kind of declutter throughout the day, and it's actually working really well. However, our house does look like a tornado hit it this morning. I left.
Just part of having kids,
and I wanted to pick everything up so bad, but I chose not to stay up last night and clean, and that was a mistake. It's okay. I'll just do it when I get home tonight.
You need to sleep.
Yeah.
I really actually did. Because Ruth woke up at 4:45 yesterday, and so I was like, I just stayed up, and so it was kind of late. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed. Anyway, okay, sorry. I kind of got off on a tangent there, but we're like, we'll never hit an hour and 54 minutes.
I feel that you're never afraid to be yourself, which are like my favorite kind of people, because you're yourself wherever you're at.
Thank
like
you.
You're not influenced to be a certain way when you're on certain people. And then I also said you married my big brother, who's like the coolest. He got paid to make movies. Like, who does that?
He's pretty cool.
And now he gets to stay home and like build your house and farm and be with your children, and I think that's so cool.
Thank you, Chloe.
And then I also said you have 2 sisters and a brother. Yeah, that's actually all I wrote on there. I didn't add to that.
No, I love it. It's so funny because I feel like that's all stuff that I like wouldn't think to say about me. So I love that. Thank you. That's good.
I had that you're a good listener, and I feel like people can
thank you.
go to you for things, and you'll just like listen and give them advice and just like kind of help like cheer them up about the situation. Always point them to Yahweh.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm just gonna lay down and cry.
And you just always care, and you're very intentional with your conversations, and that's why like everybody loves you.
That makes me feel really good because I feel like I'm a bad listener.
No.
I feel like I Why do you laugh?
I don't, just the way you said it was.
I think it makes me feel good that you say that because I've been really working on it, because I feel like I like talk at people because my brain is just like moving so fast that I just want to like everything is just like coming out of me. And I feel like I just interject a lot, and I am trying to work on it. So that makes me feel good. Thank you.
You're also very welcoming to people that like are like just like coming into like meeting our family for the first time, or like in Bible study you're always like one of the first people, and then by the end you're like their best friend.
Yeah,
which was like
who are you talking
just
about?
literally everybody. And like when I first came in, you were just like, I feel like immediately you were like, okay, we're just gonna talk about everything.
Aww.
And you just made me feel so like included, and it was just like it was great.
That's so
I always
sweet.
had you talk to. And I was scared.
Aww. I when you're saying that, I think of Brooke and I think of Grace for some reason, because I remember meeting them, and I feel like as soon as I met them, I was like, let's talk about our favorite secrets. I just like, because they're so themselves.
Yeah.
It's like Brooke is so easy to talk to, and Grace is so easy to talk to, that I just felt like when I met them, I was like, we're gonna be best friends. And like they're y'all's best friends. They're not my best friends.
Yeah, like all of our friends have become your friends. So I'm like, this is just great.
Well, it's very helpful because I don't have any friends. So I'm just kidding. I have friends.
And like all my friends adore you.
That's
They're
so
like,
sweet.
is Megan gonna be there? I'm like, I have no idea, probably.
Oh, that's so sweet. I just
Grace invited you to her bachelorette.
Yeah, that was literally the greatest honor that had been bestowed upon me. I was like, I'm invited? Great. Like, she was like, yeah, Megan too. I was like, me too. Okay. And it was so fun. It was literally so fun. Yeah, that was a good time. R.I.P. my permanent bracelet. I found it.
You broke it?
It broke off my wrist, which is very rude because it's permanent.
I know. I'm like, mine's.
It literally has the word permanent in the bracelet. And then, it broke off. And then I was like, oh my gosh, because I was in the bathroom at Keely's house. There are all my stories.
In the bathroom. You talked to Nana in the bathroom.
I was like, let's share how you came up with the idea for the podcast in the bathroom.
Both of you had different stories about me in the bathroom, which just confirms the point. Okay, anyway, you know what? Everyone else is just not being honest about where they are when stuff happens. Because we spend a lot of time in the bathroom.
We?
Like, not together.
I probably should spend more time in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, good stuff. Thank you. I don't really know if I would add. I feel like I also like. I come from both of y'all's parents have been married always, and I come from like my mom divorced her husband, who's my dad, when I was like 6 months or something, and he's not in my life. So, and then he later went and had a daughter who's so when you said I have 2 sisters and a brother, I kind of like talking about that. Like I have one sister who's being raised by my grandma, and she's my half sister on my dad's side, and then I have my brother and my sister who I was raised with in a house, and that used to make me like self-conscious, I guess, like having to talk about it. But now I actually really love it because, well, I guess number one, it's like a lot of people's stories. And number two, like I still feel very like connected, to my family. And like, I mean, obviously I would never introduce my brother. Like this is Calvin, my half brother. Like that's so weird. Yeah. Like they're just my brothers and sisters.
Well, and it's so weird because I don't think of like though you're like half siblings, I don't think of any of them. I'm like, oh, that's just Megan's siblings. Yeah, like that's just and they're the sweetest siblings. Yeah, I have. They love you so much. Aww. They love Noah. Yeah, they adore your kids.
Yeah, I have a really sweet family. We all have we're all so blessed. We have like we're really lucky. We are. I love it. Yay, that was so much better than having to talk about ourselves.
And you always have business ideas.
And I never do any of them.
That's why when the podcast happened, I was like, we're doing it. We need to set a plan.
This is a good segue. We should talk about why we started to do this. Yeah. Here we are, sitting, doing it. I'm actually really proud of us. Because I was like, we'll see. But here we are. I knew that I had a burning desire, like, to do it. But I was like, we'll see if they also, like, want to do it. And I'm so glad we're committing. Maybe we should talk about why it started. I was in the bathroom.
See? It's always in the bathroom.
I was just thinking. And I was like, I'll probably just cut that. That's weird. But I was just thinking about y'all and just that we are so lucky. Like I feel so blessed to like that Micah like picked you and that you like married him and you're so awesome. And I mean like that Noah picked me, I guess, and that I'm so no, I'm just kidding. You're so awesome. That I'm so awesome. No, that we just all get along so well. And I was like, we need to put money on that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not telling the story very well. I wanted a way where I could spend time, like more time with you guys, because I feel like even though we're like together all the time, we're like not together, if that makes sense.
It's never just us.
It's never just us, and which is fine, obviously. Like I love family time, but there is a benefit, I guess, to like, because this feels like fellowship. This feels like, just hanging out. And so I was like, we should start a podcast. And then I told Kendall that.
And I got so excited.
And you got so excited.
Because I always have thought like, oh, it'd be so fun to do a podcast. But literally like, I was like, well, I don't have anything going on. Like, what the heck would I talk about? So it's like, obviously I'm not going to do it. But then you were like, had this such a good idea. And I was like, we're doing it. Yeah. Set a date right now. We're getting Chloe.
I was making enchiladas, I think, at Keely's house.
I think so.
And you were like, okay, Keely, can I have your laptop? I need to take notes. And I was like, we're doing it.
I was like, it's happening. You wanted to make a PowerPoint for Chloe. Yeah. To convince her.
We had to convince Chloe to do it.
We made a 2?
Okay,
I was busy. We were making a 2-slide PowerPoint. And then...
Was it supposed to be 2 slides the whole time?
No.
I was just curious.
No. That was just all the info that we had.
So I was using Keely's laptop.
I'll show that. We'll put in the PowerPoint in the...
And we don't have a picture of all 3 of us because I was like going to like write the name. But we're figuring out a name at the time. Yeah. So I said...
Well, hold on. Y'all also randomly text me and were like, hey, you want to come to dinner with just us? And I was like, oh, that's so nice. Like, what do they want to do? Like, maybe we're having a craft night like we do at Jenna, And I get down here and they just bombard me with this 2-slide.
No, we weren't trying to bombard you, but Nana came in.
Nana came in. And she's like, so you're doing a podcast?
And I was like,
I know. I looked right at Chloe and I was like, yeah, Chloe. So we're doing a podcast.
And then I was like, oh, so they didn't just want to hang out with me.
Actually, it was opposite. We wanted to hang out with you every Friday.
Yeah, we wanted to hang out with you every week.
For 2 hours from 2 to 4 p.m. And that's what this is. No, that was so funny, Nana. And it's called compound interest, not about math.
No.
Because we all live on, actually I don't live here, but
you're
we
building
all,
your house.
Yes, me and Noah are building a house on this property, and we all live on the same property. We live on a compound with all of the Cook family that me and Kendall married into. So that consists of Chloe and Laramie and her parents, Matt and Keely. And so she lives with them. And then Micah and Kendall live in this little house called the honeymoon house, because we all three couples got married and we all just moved in, not together, but like one moved in, then one moved out, and then the next people moved in. And then are building a house here, and we live on my parents' property, actually like 10 minutes away. Mm-hmm. So I basically live here. I eat dinner here enough to live here.
Chloe, do you want to tell about like how like the property like came to be?
I never actually figured. I never asked Nana.
We still. And I
meant to tell Micah was saying last night that the property's been in the family for like over 100 years. Mm-hmm. So, and he was making it sound like
But think about how old Nana and Papa are. But yeah, the land's been in our family for over 100 years.
Apparently.
My Nana's parents built their house up there, and he was not a carpenter. So whenever we inherited the house, I say my parents did a lot of work on it. And then Nana and Papa built their house when my mom was in like 3rd grade, so I think she was like 9. And then my parents, we lived like in town in Azle till I was in like 7th or 8th grade.
Y'all live right down the street from me.
Yeah, we
which
did.
is crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't think about that.
And then we inherited the big house and moved in there when I was in middle school.
Yeah, we call it the big house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like everyone has like, maybe not. It feels normal to call it the big house. I don't know. Why are you doing this podcast, Kendall?
I'm doing this podcast as a way to fellowship with y'all, hang out with y'all. And I feel like just share about like what Yahu is like doing in our lives and how he's like working, and just a good way to just like show people how to, I don't know, how to, I don't want to say how to live, but that sounds
how you
rude.
live your life.
Yeah, how we live our lives.
Yeah.
Just kind of like as a ministry to other people.
Yes, totally. I feel like I like kind of like we already said, I wanted to do this for the same reason. I wanted to like sit and hang with you guys, but I also feel like organically I wanted it to be kind of this place where people, I said this last time that we recorded, but I wanted it to be like a bridge between whoever, like who, like, because we all have our differences and we all are going to disagree on things, and to let other people know like it's okay maybe to disagree and we can still like love one another,
to show that it's okay to disagree.
Yeah,
you can still
fellowship with one another and be,
it doesn't have to be like division.
Totally. Yes,
still be together.
Yes, so it's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. I'm having the time of my life right now. We have my little bike. We've got to get, we already ordered it. Did I told both of y'all? Okay, good. All right.
Well, I was enticed by a 2-slide PowerPoint that was unfinished. It said 5 reasons why Chloe should join the podcast, and there were 4 reasons. But yeah, it's kind of out of my comfort zone. I'm definitely a lot better at putting my thoughts and feelings on paper than I am talking about them, which is why I always have to have my little notes here. But my mother-in-law, we were talking about like, when I was pregnant, we were talking about when I become a mom, and she was like, you gotta like find your thing, because she's like, when you become a mom, like you're a mom, and that's how people are gonna see you, like you're just a mom. She's like, not that that's a bad thing, but she told me to like find some kind of outlet, and I think this might be that for me. So, and then obviously to spend time with y'all.
Yeah, whatever. I love that. I'm so glad that you said that, because I like when we did our practice run last time, I was like, that is so, I just didn't know that, and I just think it's such a, I think I didn't realize that's also kind of what I wanted. It was like something for not for me, but like something for me. Something for me that I could like enjoy and make me feel like a woman and a person. And even though like I am a mother, it's not like I believe that like Yahweh has told me like you are a mother and you are a wife, but like Yahweh sees everyone as an independent person. Awesome. Until next time. I don't know how to end it. We'll play music here.